What's up, everybody? This is Sjotyme checking in. This is Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation. I am running this on a PS2. The name of it is an SCPH 70012. This is on the original disc, just so you guys know. This is a speedrun I did on July 10th, 2018, so it's about a month ago. Today's date is August 17th of this recording. I'm just doing a commentary on this. This is something I've never done before. I didn't live stream this. Instead, I decided to go the route of recording it in private and submitting it. So I did submit this to speedrun.com, and it did get accepted. So it is a PS Driver 1.11. And I did make third place in this category. For the cutscenes, I'm going to be quiet, though, so you guys can hear it.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on. I don't have a clue. By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
So yeah, guys, expect to see more of this sort of style from me. I think I just feel like the more comfortable speedrunning in private as opposed to doing a live stream. I feel like I could do better. So expect to see more of these. Like, I'll just do a commentary over them when I post it. But yeah, I should have done this a while ago. I was been meaning to getting around and do a commentary on this, but obviously the move from Arizona to Illinois got in the way, and I just didn't find the time to do it. Now I'm here doing it. So the category is Leon A. Any percents, PS Driver 1.11. Apparently this is super rare to do. There's only 3 people on the leaderboard. But yeah, this is running on a PlayStation 2. The model is SCPH 70012. It is on the original disc. So, you know, with that out of the way, I like doing it this way with the commentary. The final time was 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 59 seconds in-game timer. So this game counts the mid-game, or not the mid, excuse me. This game counts the game timer at the end of it. So at the end of Resident Evil games, it usually gives you like a ranking or you know, and a time, I should say, not or, but and a time at the end, just to kind of show you how well you did. So this one, I believe it was like a B or A rank. I don't know. I wasn't going for a rank on this run. It was just more so for the time, trying to compete. Now, to fully compete in this game, you got to play the Japanese version, I feel, just because it's like the zombies are set up differently, other enemies are set up differently, as well as the text scrolling is a lot quicker. So if I wanted to ever get world record on this, I would have to get the Japanese version, but for now this will do. This is practiced enough. But yes, it did get submitted as third place in the category. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can see it. But yeah, speedrunning is a thing that I'm really liking to do.
Oh, man. Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon. Sorry, but it looks like your party has been canceled. What happened? About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city. Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything. They risked their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them. not long after that, all this started to happen.
Hang in there.
Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go.
But...
Just go.
Fine, but I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
Yeah, so this is my first time doing anything like this, really, I can think of, like doing a post-commentary, so excuse me if it's a little sloppy, but I just gotta roll with it. But what I'll be doing is just kind of going over the things that I did well, things that I did bad. I will do I will do speedruns during live streams as well. I think mostly for practice, though. I don't know, if I'm going for something extremely serious or something hard, maybe I'll do private. I don't know, but as of right now, it's kind of all up in the air. I'm just feeling it out still, but I like doing this format as well, so expect to see both. I do want to do commentaries over it, but I'll be kind of looking at what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I can improve, and all that stuff. Now, Resident Evil is a series that I dearly love. It's probably I think it is my. It is my favorite video game series of all time, and as you are all aware, Resident Evil 2, the remake is actually coming out this January of 2019. So I'm super stoked. The whole Resident Evil community is super stoked. It's just a really good time for all of us, and I cannot wait for it to come out. So this is one of the reasons also why I'm starting to run this game, and play this game again. But seriously though, like Resident Evil, Seando and I we bonded over the original game. When we first became friends, like back in 3rd and 4th grade. Like it wasn't necessarily right away when we became friends. I don't remember when this exactly came out, but like it was like maybe 1997, 1998 when this game came out. I can look that up, but I super freaking. We both really love this series a lot, and it definitely bonded us together at an early age of being friends and finding that common interest of horror and zombies. So this game brought us together even closer as friends. So it's really cool. But yeah, so as you saw that I didn't complete the puzzle there. What I did was I just pushed the statue there and ran away because it was a lot quicker to do so, and I'll be running through that route back and forth. So you'll see that the whole idea of just running it as optimal as possible is to just do it step by step every time you pass that statue puzzle until you need it. But essentially, the name of the game here is... Oh.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all. There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors, and get out of here.
Right.
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
I should note that so it counts the in-game timer, or speedrun.com counts the in-game timer as like the legit, like what you got on this. Now, so the timer on the right there of the screen, that's just kind of there as like a courtesy slash like way for me and you guys to like see how I'm doing, and it makes the speedrun more exciting. At the end of it, I got I think it was like a 1630 something on my real timer, the green timer on the right. So, but for some odd reason, nobody seems to know, not even like other, big time Resident Evil speedrunners don't seem to understand why the in-game timer and the timer are always like maybe 25-30 seconds apart. and it's usually you have to add the time. So, but a lot of this speedrunning is, you'll notice that I'm not really killing the zombies. I'm just essentially just running around all of them, and because it's just a lot quicker to do so is the reality. This part, I hate this part. I think I got past them both. But this part actually makes me nervous during the speed run. You can actually lose like 10 to 15 seconds, it feels like, if I get grabbed by one of those things. It doesn't really hurt you, but it wastes time and it sucks ass. So yeah, that liquor there can really get you. You got to be careful with this guy. But the whole idea is, you can actually like go through this. I picked up the shotgun in the room where I just talked to Claire in the STARS office. You don't have to do that. That's if you're good enough and if you're comfortable enough of doing a run, you could do that without the shotgun. I, on the other hand, I feel like I need it in certain situations. So, especially in the second floor balcony here, in the main hall, which you'll see later. But yeah, a lot of this is just, you know, running by zombies, running by enemies, because it's the fastest way to do it. The only time you'll ever see me really kill anything is if it's the optimal strategy, and if I just feel like if I can't get around it, and then have to take a hit otherwise. In some situations like that, like right there, like taking the hit, that's like there's like a 70% chance or something like around there that he's gonna swipe and hit you, or not hit you. I guess, I don't know. I forgot what it is, but for the most part, it's just best just to do that, and then if you get hit, you get hit. But the idea is to never fall into caution. If you fall into caution, that can actually ruin a run for this, because there's 3 different running speeds. There's the speed that I'm going now, which is when I'm in fine status. Then there's the speed at which when you hold your side and you run a little bit slower when you're in caution. And then danger is just like you might as well just end the run because you're limping at this point. But we're gonna go in here, grab the ruby, the red ruby, so we can get the key later on, or the spark plug later on. But we're gonna pass up like shotgun ammo, all that stuff. We only want to pick up herbs when we need it. Like let's say I fall into caution. That's when I pick up an herb on the floor, because the whole idea is that I don't want to stop and spend time having to pick up items, unless it's like I don't need to bend down for them. Then it's like, okay, I can do this a lot quicker if I absolutely need it. But the whole idea is, if I'm fine, just keep going and don't worry about clouding my inventory, which is another mechanic or another element of this game, is you have to make sure you have your inventory in a special way, or a special setup, especially if you're running this game. Speedrun wise, because you ain't got no time to stop at item boxes. But yeah, so you have to balance a lot of different things. See, I'm gonna pick up the gem, or ruby, whatever you want to call it. So I happen to be passing by this route again, so there happens to be 3 steps for the puzzle, and I passed through here 3 times, so it just kind of makes sense. But yeah, the name of the game is, you want to dodge zombies, you don't want to use weapons as much as possible. You want to minimize your weapon usage as much as possible. And see, like right there, I felt like I needed a shotgun. That was kind of like a panic moment, like, what am I going to do? So I figured, you know, I use the shotgun instead of taking a hit and falling into caution and needing to have to go out of my way to pick up like a green herb or something. So that's the whole idea behind that. Like, that was a lot faster than having to go through that. So yeah, the idea is keep your health up at all times. Don't get hit, and don't use weapons, and just avoid them. That's essentially the name of the game here. I didn't use splits because I'm still kind of just getting the feel for speedrunning. I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to use splits. And if you guys don't know what splits are essentially when you like if you reach like a certain point in the game, like let's say for Resident Evil 2, if you collect like a key item, for instance, like this is a key item, that counts as like a split. So you mark that time down where you got it, and so you can kind of see where you're at as far as time goes at that part of the game next time that you run it. The program that I'm using with the timer is called Live Split. So anybody that's interested in doing speedruns, Google Live Split, and you can download it. And you just gotta, I just threw it in my OBS. Here's another occasion where I used the shotgun, but you can see that I fucked up, and I ended up shooting him off his torso, and wasting time by having to switch my handgun and shoot him. So that was a fail, but I would say I'm doing pretty good on time. This has got to be the fastest I've ever beaten Leon A in my life. 1:16 is still pretty good for PlayStation. Most people compete on the PC because it's this optimal time, and you can do mods like door skip. The whole speedrunning world is just all about optimization of time altogether. So like, what's the version, and you know that you can do the least amount of time possible across all different consoles and platforms, etc. And that's PC with door skip. I don't have that. I do want to look into getting that though. So, but yeah, this is just run on the regular old, it's a regular old PlayStation disc on PS2. So, but yes. So, when doing this kind of run, it's mostly best to just collect the key items, and that's it. Like, don't worry about anything else. Guns are something that you want to get if you need them, of course. Like the Magnum is huge. You kind of have to get the Magnum in this game. It takes care of the bosses super quick, to the point where it's like it's the only gun you really need. You only need the handgun, I think, in the beginning of the game. Like a couple times, and then from there it's just like, nope, you don't need it no more. Not even the shotgun. But so I'd say I'm doing pretty good time. Like getting here below 18 minutes is definitely good. I want to speed run Leon B next. As far as Resident Evil 2 speedruns go, and I'll eventually get around to Claire, but I'm trying to do one at a time. I feel like I should start learning how to speedrun Leon B, but then like that's like a lot of time and effort into that. But I got a good time for this, so maybe I should. It's been a while since I've ran this version of the game, so I might be a little rusty. So I do need to unlock Leon B for the PlayStation. I don't have that unlocked in the memory card yet. So what my plans are, probably after I post this, I'm gonna be doing I have the demo for Resident Evil 2 on disc, so I'm going to do a live stream on that, and then the plan is to marathon Claire A and Leon B. So boom. So I use these two rubies here, and that opens up this little guy, and I decided just to grab both of these items side by side. But I plan on doing Claire A, Leon B marathon with the Resident Evil 2 demo. I think it'd be fun, and the whole plan was to do the demo, do Claire A, do the demo again for people just joining in the stream, and doing Leon B, and then finishing the stream with running through the Resident Evil 2 demo again. So I'm gonna do that kind of marathon where I just touch base on all that stuff. I have done streams in the past with Hunk and Tofu. I might do some more of that. I did beat both of them on stream, so I don't really see the point to do any more of those anytime soon, unless it's like for the reason of doing a speed run. And that would be on the PSN version of the game, not the PS disc, because I actually do have a score. Or I am on the leaderboard for PSN Leon A on the PS3 any percent, and I am 10th place on there in an hour 22 minutes 24 seconds. So far, I haven't really been talking too much about the game because it's just really not too much to commentate on. I feel like I'm doing well overall so far. Obviously, there's some things that I can fix throughout. Like that right there is just RNG. And if you don't know what RNG is, it's random number generator, and that's just basically kind of like it's things that are out of your control. It's like a calculator calculates, you know, what the AI is going to do, or you know, for that situation. So that's something that's like totally out of my control. So, but yeah, so essentially, I'm manipulating zombies patterns. This is a hard fucking room. I think I fucked up here. No, wait. Got it, actually. I fuck up in that room quite a bit. I think that the police station is got to be the hardest part of the game for the speed run. I think like once you get past the police station, it's pretty easy. So like all the hard dodges and things to do throughout are just in the police station with the zombies. And this is our friend Marvin, not the Martian. So here I chose to shoot him with the shotgun because there's actually a couple ways to handle that. You can back up and quickly go run and grab the key and run out around his backside, or you can just shoot him with the shotgun. I choose to do that because unfortunately I don't feel like I'm skilled enough to be able to do that yet, and I don't want to ruin a run. So I honestly feel that it's just more optimal for me just to shoot him with the shotgun. So yeah, I'm still doing a shotgun route with the Leon A, which I ultimately hope to do a no shotgun route eventually. So I mean, as you can see, like yeah, I got a good score, 1 hour 16 minutes. But it obviously can always be better. So here, oh yeah, all you gotta do is just hug the desk there. So sorry if I start a thought and I don't finish it. If you guys have any questions about anything that I'm commentating on that I didn't quite finish a thought, and you're like, oh shit, just leave in the comments below. This is like kind of my first time doing this is my first time doing a commentary over a speedrun like this, so I'm learning how this all works. It's totally different when you're actually doing it, of course. So this part sucks. Having to go. So that route that I did there is very specific. You have to kind of manipulate the dogs to chase you a certain way, like run at you a certain way. Ooh, Ada.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
Oh, Ada Wong, Leon's crush. She falls in love with him too, but kind of sucks just because of the fact that she seems like she's a professional woman, that agent that's just trying to do her job, and Leon is just like a romantic. So that doesn't necessarily work out. But hey, you know what? It could happen. You never know. Who knows what's happening right now with those two? Yeah, they could have a family right now.
Ada, wait!
Ada, wait. So, so yeah, now we're kind of in the sewer section. We're getting there. Coming up is one of my all-time favorite cutscenes in Resident Evil history. I just really enjoy doing it or watching this cutscene. I've seen it a million fucking times. Kenneth the reporter, or Ben the reporter, excuse me.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now!
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Is this the guy?
Ben, you told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
What was that?
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
So one of my plans of things to do is I want to do some voice acting for fun on this series. Like just choose like a couple cutscenes, or like, you know, and just like voice act. Like, for example, just like voice act that entire scene that just happened. Okay, so what you just saw there. I'll go back onto what I was just saying a second ago, but yeah. So unfortunately, one of the problems with recording on a computer is it's you know, if you don't have like a top of the line computer like me, sometimes you get some like stutters and glitches in the recording. So that's what that was. So that's why it's good to have like a timer going on. So these fucking spiders suck ass. These guys are run killers for sure. You just want to hug the wall to Leon's left for the most part. So we're gonna and then go around. And there's another glitch right there again here. So yeah, that's actually happening, unfortunately. But yeah, we passed the save room again. We grabbed 2 of these spark plugs so far because we're supposed to go into this room and go back to activate Ada in the hallway. We're just going to go ahead and free up some inventory space and put those spark plugs in there.
Ada? I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD. It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
So yeah, getting to this point below 30 minutes is pretty cool for me. Definitely awesome. I want to speedrun a ton of other games. I know I've talked about it before. So this part is with Ada, and Ada is really fast. she has a first aid spray. So if you get hit, it's kind of hard to fall into caution, but if you did in this area, you could just easily heal yourself back to normal. Now this part, this is worth saying some stuff about. So you just want to push this all the way to the wall. Or not all the way to the wall, excuse me. Right there. So basically a couple pushes before the wall. Push this all the way to the box to the right. Because the secret here is to save time, is it doesn't need to be all the way to the wall once you raise the water up. So it'll automatically just kind of, yeah, there you go. It'll automatically just filter it into there, I guess, against the wall. So yeah, that saves a couple seconds. So if you're a speedrunner, then you obviously know that that's a huge deal. But I want to speedrun other games too. I know I keep saying that, I never get around to doing it. It's because time is fucking of the essence. There's so many things going on. But Cuphead, I want to do Final Fantasy VII. I want to do Bloodborne. just to name some games I have my eye on for speedrunning. Other Resident Evil games as well, I feel. Yeah. So just run past these dogs. This part's easy. It's nothing crazy. You don't go out of your way to get the other ammo. That's just kind of a waste. And we'll just go back here and do this cutscene.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
So we're just gonna grab this key. This key is gonna give us access to the Magnum once we get out of the sewers or the basement. This isn't. I said this is kind of entering the sewers, but it's really not. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, so there. It's worth noting that you want to wait for the spider to turn to you before you start running, and then obviously hug that wall to Leon's right on the way back. If you get poisoned, it can really end your run. There's a blue herb in the save room behind you, or right, in the save room that we passed earlier, back up those stairs. But that's such a time killer. And then there's also blue herbs where those dogs are, but that's a huge time killer as well. So if you're trying to go for like a really good score or personal best, if you get poisoned, it's mostly recommended that you stop, that you just restart the run at this point. I said earlier we're entering the sewers. That was incorrect. This is the basement / garage. That was kind of the sewers where we were putting in the sparks plugs. Okay, so this part is a run killer. Funny thing to know. Okay, so you want to walk because they can't see. Okay, so see, I still got hit there, and now I'm put into caution. So and I almost died. I almost lost the run right there. Now here's going to be a good example to show you what I'll be doing in caution. There's some herbs in this hallway, so I'll be picking them up in a second. But this is the room where you get the Magnum. This is essentially the boss gun. You're going to be using this throughout the rest of the run to be killing the bosses, so it's important to pick that up. So a funny thing to note really quick is actually before doing this run, maybe I think it was like 1 or 2 runs before this, I fucking died at those liquors, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed off because we're gonna pick up this this green herb, and we're gonna use it and hope it's gonna put us to fine, and it did. So I was super happy about that. So now that we're here, but yeah, it was really funny because. Alright, so I'm taking this route because I don't feel like I can dodge those zombies on the other side. So, do I go down this hallway? This is a fun one. There's actually a more optimal route for this, but I take the safe way here. I just kind of parade them up in a line, march them in a line, and then I just run past to the other side. It's nothing too difficult. I know it looks pretty intimidating and difficult. And this room here is one of the hardest rooms to get through during a speedrun. So, in terms of dodges, this is why I have the shotgun route, is I use the shotgun. Usually I would have more shotgun shells here. So I get bit like an idiot. And I get fallen to caution again. So that's twice now I've fallen into caution in this run. So that right there, those are things I can work on. Luckily, there's a first aid spray right here, with it on waist height, so I don't need to bend down for it or anything. So I pick that up and use it. Spark plug, dodge this licker here. Make sure he doesn't lick my butt. And we saved this area for a good reason for later, for after the basement, because instead of having to go through this hallway a couple times, that was a close dodge there. You wait for you to get the club key, so that way you can just go through both of these doors. Instead of having to come, because you don't want to go through this hallway any more than you need to. But yeah, funny story. Okay, wait, actually, hold on. 23 is number 1 is what I like to do here. This is how I remember it. You light the furnace, and then you go the second one, the third one, and the first one. So the way that I always remember this is, even after years and years of not playing, 23 is number 1. So that's what I say to myself. So I messed up by looking at the picture there. Now, a funny story for when I did get killed. So what I was originally intending to do was do a commentary while I was running, actually doing the speedrun. That was pretty stupid of me, because what ended up happening was that was a good dodge, by the way. Applause to me. That's hard to do, especially in that little hallway. Now this part is just really easy. Sorry, you just run to the right around them. Make sure that there's nobody in your way, and you go. Sorry, there's just a lot of things to do commentary on at this specific part. But yeah, so I was like 30 minutes into the run, and I had commentary, kind of like I have right now, like I'm doing now, and I had all this good stuff, and then I fucking died at those liquors in the basement, and I realized I had to throw it all away. So I might post this as a separate video, I don't fucking know, but excuse me, that liquor almost got me. Speaking of liquors, but yeah, and then I'm like, shit, I have to throw all this commentary away, and then so afterwards I'm like, fuck that, I'm not gonna re-record that, I'm just gonna run it and then do a post commentary. So at this point, it doesn't really matter at these zombies at all, because I'm never going back to those hallways anymore. So I have already done my piece with them, so it's just completely pointless. But yeah, so far you've seen that I've only picked up health when I need to, when I'm hurting. I'm not picking up any ammunition, not even shotgun shells or nothing, so I have to try to optimize my time as best as possible throughout my run. Now, there are numerous occasions where I've come into this room without a crank or the cog, and I would have to go back and grab it, and that's a run killer. So you want to make sure that you come into this room with the crank and the cog. So, and we'll be collecting our last spark plug out of the 4 that we need total. We've already put in 2 into the room where the boss is. And then we'll also be treated to a very nice cutscene with Ben. But Leon's got some fucking balls right here, I gotta say. Like, oh look, a shaft, let's go down it. Or a dust chute. Like, that takes some balls, man. I had an aunt that had one of those, and it scared me. Or I have an aunt that had one of those, and that scared the fuck out of me.
Get away!
So far, doing well. We're at 40 minutes. I obviously could be doing better. I could probably save like a minute or two, maybe even more, collectively, of everything that I've seen so far, or I've done so far.
Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story.
Ben.
Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay.
Hang in there, Ben.
Oh, my chest. It's burning.
What's wrong?
Good God, what was that?
Good God.
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey! Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
So yeah, this is what I wanted to touch up on this more. I talked about it briefly earlier, but I want to make videos like where I just like choose a cutscene and I voice dub over it, like in a funny fashion, or just like voice act my own way. I think it'd be kind of fun to do. So I think I should start doing that shit, like get on it. But the reporter one is kind of one that I want to do, like not that one, but like the first one. Let's see. So, I don't know if I already touched up on this, but I may have forgot because I'm really good at forgetting. Oh, that fucker almost got me. Don't want to get poisoned, though. That's the most important thing. I don't know if I already said this or not, but the date that I did this was July 10th, 2018. I think I said that. And today's recording is August 17th, so... I moved from Arizona to Illinois, so that was keeping my time up and everything, so... But I eventually get around to doing it. That's the key. That's what's good about me. So, anyways, this is the first official boss. So we're going to whip out our boss killer, the Magnum. We should have enough bullets in it just to finish off this boss. If not, I have the handgun on me, just in case, because could you imagine... getting into a situation where you didn't save the game, you're out of ammo, and you're doing a speedrun. What the fuck? So the strategy here is just shoot this motherfucker. At least my strategy. Just shoot the guy, and whenever those guys, like those little dudes, come up on you, just shake. Just shake, you know, shake a little bit, and they tend just to fall right off. So we're gonna go through this door and enter the sewers. So that wasn't too bad.
Ada! What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
Alright, so this is actually the part of the game where it just starts getting easier. So, in my opinion, that was the hardest part of this run, was doing that. There's not saying there's not going to be hard parts ahead, but that was by far the police station is the most hard part, and it's the most time consuming. It took a little bit over 40 minutes to get through the police station, and my final time is an hour 16. So that's like 45. That's like less. That's more than half of my game time, just for the station.
Ada! Heads up!
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
And that's a running joke in the community, is that like, is just fucking leave Leon to die because she needs to go talk to this bitch immediately. But here we're gonna take off the handgun because it saves time for the cutscene up ahead, which it looks like I've already done. So that's why I took the handgun off. Essentially, I'll explain in a minute after the cutscenes happened, but quickly, basically, it saves some seconds when you're not carrying a gun in the cutscene, and you'll see why in a second here. But yeah, get ready for a super long cutscene.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus, William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
And here comes a cutscene. We're just gonna go ahead and skip this since it's FMV.
So those rats were the carriers of the virus. As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures. And create offspring. No. Too bad.
Okay, so here is where she would go and pick up her gun that Annette shot from Ada's hand, and that takes up like 4 or 5 seconds, I believe, around there. So that's why I took off the handgun. Yeah, so it's all these little things that you gotta keep in mind when you're doing this stuff.
Ada?
So yeah, you didn't see it, but if I was carrying the gun when I go into that cutscene, Annette would have shot the gun out of my hand, and so then I would have to, at the end of it, go pick it up, which costed time. So ultimately, it was optimal to just take the gun off. It was quicker to go into the menu, unequip the gun, and go back to the game screen. It was quicker than you know, adding to the cutscene. So it's all about finding those optimal strats. But fun fact, I did do a run on this game, a live stream of knife only. for Leon A, which was really fun. I want to do more of those. I want to do a knife only for like the very first Resident Evil. That'd be kind of fun. I want to do more Resident Evil streams in general. So, what we're doing here is we are going to be raising the bridge back up. If we forget to do this, this is actually a very huge mistake. If you don't raise that bridge up, so you're going to actually have to cross that. Alright, we're going to pick up the shotgun shells here. We're going to need those for the future. They're basically just there so you don't have to bend down and pick them up, so we're going to get them now while we can, and plus I'm out of shotgun shells. But yeah, if you don't raise that platform up, you're going to be SOL, because you do have to cross that bridge there, and I know a lot of first-time players fucked up and didn't do that, including myself. So that'd basically be a run reset. So everybody knows the alligator and how you can just one-shot him in one hit. I actually fucking tried. I think the run before this. Yeah, it must have been the run before this. There's a special strategy. If you wait for him to roar like 3 times, like starting now, like when he starts roaring, like now, like you wait to drop the container down. And it only saves you like a second, I think. Maybe a second or two. So if you're going for a world record, you're going to want to do it. But like, I tried doing it. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And I didn't save. I should have saved beforehand. And I ended up dying. And I was like, fuck. I was doing such a good run. What the fuck?
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
It should be noted that when Ada patches Leon up like that, that actually counts as a full heal. So keep that in mind if you're running this game and you feel like you need to heal soon, like you're in caution, or just keep that in mind. Like if you just get past the alligator part, you get fully healed. So we're just gonna run up here, grab the Eagle medal. Run over here, and one of my favorite things in the game, one of the little nuances, is while you're twisting this up, I love how Leon just looks at Ada while doing it. Like, look, babe, look how strong I am. These little stupid things I've noticed. So yeah, we're just gonna go up this ladder, and lo and behold, those cockroaches from earlier are gone. Thank God for that. So here's another occasion where it glitches a little bit. So that is not your eyes deceiving you. I was recording this with OBS, so I think my CPU usage was a little high during the recording, but fortunately enough, they still accepted the run on speedrun.com, so I'm grateful for that. So yeah, we're gonna pick these up. I decided to get the shotgun shells. I didn't need to get those. I decided to pick them up because I was feeling like I wanted them. I was like, fuck it, it's right there. So yeah, we wait to get that medal once we come down the ladder because we're closer to that ledge. So it's just optimal to do that. Ada can get poisoned here, but from my experience, she never dies though. Like, we go through the entire factory coming up and she never dies. So it's just kind of like, okay, you can get poisoned. I don't know if she's able to die or not. She might be able to. But at the same time, it's like, does she actually have legitimate HP. Because if she gets poisoned, she does go into that caution state of where she holds her side. So as you can see, yeah, like sewers were just essentially just routes and cutscenes. That's, you just got to know the optimal route and then the cutscene and then like the elevator. Knowing to put up that bridge also as well. So this part's super fucking easy. Just hit that, turn it on, and go in here. And then we're gonna fight off this arm guy. There's different strategies you can do. I didn't do the most optimal strategy, but I'm not good at it either. So it's just like the quick shots and stuff, and also there's a way where you can like have him just like keep getting his arm out of the same area. So all I do is I just do this. It's not optimal because I have to like turn around and stuff, so that probably should be cut. It's probably not saving time. Boom, and then yeah, you shoot. You do want to shoot the arm though, because it speeds up the whole process of the arm coming down and up. But yeah, for the most part, the game is hard in the police station. Then it gets super easy until you get to the laboratory, and then like the laboratory is there are a lot of situations where you can get one shot killed or like killed in a couple hits, but yeah. So we're gonna skip getting that weapon box key. In favor of just using because all it is just a magnum, like the extended magnum. So I went the wrong way there. Whoopsies. So we shotgun here. Another instance where I feel I need the shotgun. I think if I was doing a no shotgun route, I would have just taken the hit and used the first aid spray coming up if I needed to in the save room. But you can see. And yep, I was able to dodge him and then dodge him there. So fortunately with Leon, Ada doesn't fall behind, as with Sherry with Claire, so I don't have to worry about her holding me back. I could just run right to the exit of the room. So I'm picking that up for the boss fight. So I realize I don't have, and I'm picking up more of the shotgun shells because they're there, and the magnum rounds because I'm going to need magnum rounds for bosses moving forward. That's going to be huge. That's what she said. So yeah, I don't think I need the handgun anymore, or that club key. So I did that because I made a mistake. I ended up having too much. I actually made a couple mistakes. You'll see here. I ended up having too much in my inventory, so I ended up hitting that shot. So that way I can reload the clip for more room. And then I made a dumb rookie mistake by picking up more fucking ammo right here. And you can see there I kind of lagged a little bit because I was thinking I'm a fucking idiot. So what do? I use the first aid spray to clear up the spot, completely wasting it to grab the key. Boy, was I dumb. Because what I could have done was just beat the boss with the ammo that I did have, because I think 8 shots of the magnum is good enough. Or no, look, yeah. So I used the key. What I should have done was use the key there. I go in here, they do a little cutscene, and then I actually have the option to move around a little bit to actually go through the door. So I would have used that to grab the magnum rounds and then exit the door. But
Ada, can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it.
But no, see, like right there, I could have ran and got the magnum ammo. But I'm an idiot, so I guess it was faster that way. But now I'm one first aid spray short, which, in my situation, I could have it's kind of nice to have that first aid spray for a boss because I'm still kind of like nervous when I get to a boss. But the alligator was boss number 2, by the way. This is boss number 3. I beat all these bosses with knives, by the way. I think I mentioned that earlier. I do have a video on it. I'll post it in the description. Or the link to it. But this guy, yeah, you just want to run back here, start shooting him with the Magnum. You want to try to avoid that at all costs. I ended up getting hit. And then you just fire away here. You get here and you fire away. I'll run out eventually. And then boom, reload and do that. Now, so a lot of times you're gonna, if you don't have enough Magnum ammo, you're gonna want to just switch to your shotgun and finish them off there. But boom. So we beat that guy. The Birkin fight. The first Birkin fight.
Come on!
But yeah, we just beat the first Birkin fight a little bit over a minute or an hour. So basically, made it to the laboratory basically within an hour and a minute, which is fucking awesome for me. This is the fastest I've ever gotten here in my life that I can think of.
Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save yourself.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you. I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
So yeah, I got through the factory and the sewers in about 20 minutes. Roughly 20 minutes, maybe 15. And my end time is, almost an hour 17 minutes. So we're gonna put this shit away. So we don't want to free up space. Obviously, you can see that I could be doing better inventory management. That's not very optimal, but yeah, my end time is an hour and 17 minutes. So you can see just how quickly it's going to be for the laboratory. So it's kind of one of those things. Where what I was talking about earlier about how the police station is the longest part of the game. It's like more than half of it. Took me about 40-45 minutes to get through the police station. Now granted, I count the streets as the police station too. But the goal is to get to the police station, I think, in under like 4 minutes. So we're gonna go into this area, grab the fuse case, pop that bad boy in, watch one of my favorite cutscenes in Resident Evil 2. Get to watch the hand do its handiwork. So exhilarating and exciting, I know. So yeah, we're gonna take the main fuse and pop that bad boy into. Well, we're gonna grab this first aid spray because I'm still a speedrunner in practice here, even though I got a pretty good time. The world record, I forgot to mention, the world record for this category is held by Carcinogen, a well-known Resident Evil speedrunner. He is at 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 55 seconds. And he did this on the PS2 just like me, with the same driver, but he did the Japanese version. So, and I've watched some of some other players like do the Japanese version, and it is different than the American version. It's quicker because zombies are in different... I know I mentioned this briefly, but zombie enemies are in different places in the Japanese version, and it's easier to route. Okay, so here, we just hug the wall, go around, boom, easy. So a lot of people get intimidated by that part. You don't even need to hit them at all. I remember when I first started playing this game, I would use the shotgun to fight them off, and like the flamethrower and shit, but it's not needed. You just run past them. It's really funny, like when you realize how easy it is to actually get through this game. But yeah, the Japanese. Oh, hold on. So we just run past this guy. Just essentially, we're just gonna run past them. You could try whatever you want to do to like manipulate them to get by them, but ultimately you're just gonna want to run past those fucking guys, and it's kind of recommended to not pick up those green herbs, even though they look nice and tasty and delectable, and they look like they might make you a little high. It's best to advise against picking those up. So the Japanese version is different enemy placement, which is more optimal routing, and then also the Japanese text is quicker text scrolling. So we would use the weapon box key originally. I'm being ballsy and just running around these guys when I could be using the shotgun. I'm like, I think I was testing myself here. We're gonna grab this key and just keep running. Ring around the rosy. Pockets full of hosey. Ashes, they all fall down. The zombies, of course. So I was feeling ballsy here. But of course, yep. I think I get bit here? Nope. I did it. So there I was like, fuck it, he's in my way. I'm gonna get rid of him. But, so in that locker with the blue light, that's where you get the magnum parts, where you can have like I call it like the elephant gun. It looks like a fucking elephant gun. And it takes longer to shoot that than it does the regular magnum, so I tend to just kind of just use, and plus the time it takes to have to pick up that and get it all, it just adds to it, the timer, and it's best just to avoid it altogether. But I do want to give, since I talked about Carcinogen really quick, I do want to give a quick shout out to him. He's a Twitch streamer. I have been watching his Resident Evil speedruns, and he partially got me inspired to start doing speedruns. Oh, so this part, yeah, you just run past him again, and hopefully you don't fucking get killed. That time I got kind of lucky, only getting swept a couple times. But yeah, he inspired me to kind of get going on doing speedrunning like this, wanting to do it more active and getting on the leaderboards and all that. So shout outs to him. He's on Twitch. Carcinogen is his name. I learned a lot from him. And I happen to be third place on the same leaderboard as him, so feels pretty good, even though there's not really many people competing on this leaderboard, because it's like it's rare to have this model of the PlayStation. So but I just do want to say that he did inspire me, and I did learn a lot from him watching his runs, so I give him a lot of credit for this stuff. Now I haven't played these games for years, so I used to speedrun these when I was a kid, trying to get really, really low times, a long time ago, before all this streaming and recording stuff started in the world. But yeah, it's cool. I want to be a part of it, and thanks Carcinogen. Thank you for all of what you've done for me. So we're just gonna turn that light on, and we're just gonna pop these fucking zombies. Fuck them. Because it's not worth... You can go around them and try to get the Modisc without that. But we picked up... But it's just... I don't want to chance it by getting hit. And we picked up the Magnum and the First Aid Spray. Because it was convenient.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
So now starts the traditional Resident Evil, you know, this place is gonna fucking blow sort of situation. So, I consider this the home stretch of the game. Once you get that modisc, you gotta go through these 2 long cutscenes here.
Leon. I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G-Virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that.
Oh.
Ada! Ada, I've got you. Don't give up.
Leon, it's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No. I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape from everything. Goodbye.
Ada! No. So, this is what everyone's been dying for.
Just fucking throws it away. So yeah, this here is the home stretch. I like to call it. All those fucking. Okay, so look at this. So I fuck up right here. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. I think I forgot that there was that guy in general. So unfortunately, I ended up getting hit, grabbed by it. Grabbed by the ghoulies, as they would say. But we're almost at the end of the game. So the home stretch, just to kind of get through this room with some zombies. You're going to want to take care of these guys in the fucking hallway. You're not going to want to mess with them. The goal is to not grab any of these. As you can see, I fucked up again. I think I hesitated. I hesitated there because I was essentially thinking if I should pick up. I don't know why I hesitated, but I did, unfortunately. But we just popped the modisc in there. if all goes wrong, you just pop those zombies and you move forward with your day. But now we enter the boss room of Resident Evil 2 Leon A. So we're gonna go ahead and fight this.
5 minutes until detonation.
5 minutes until detonation. So this boss, there is some RNG involved here, but for the most part, you just stick to shooting him. Just the first part here, it's important to note just to run behind him. Just run right behind him to his left, and then just shoot him 3 times. 3 to 4 times? Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, shoot him 3 times, boom. Changes into his other form. And the whole time during this fight, you're gonna want to make sure that you're next to the elevator. Just because that's where you're ultimately gonna head once this boss fight's over with. So you want to make sure you're as close as possible once you've defeated this Birkin here. So there he jumped. That's an instance of RNG. Sometimes he'll jump up there, sometimes he won't. And so I'm fortunately he's just kind of chilling. So I'm able to get in a ton of pot shots here, right to his fucking face. So I got real lucky there. That was extremely optimal, I would say, for that situation of RNG occurring. A lot of times he might just be like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna like charge you like a bull, and he does, and it's like no fucking fun. But I was definitely celebrating, because my personal best before this I think was like an hour 23. I totally fucking forgot. Hour 25 or something. So I did a lot of time saving here. But this is the final run. This is like running to home base, and we're gonna stop the timer here. And boom. So it says 1:16:30.36. Let's enjoy the cutscene. End cutscene really quick.
Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
So yeah, so we're at 1:16:30. So we could just assume to add like, 25 to 30 seconds on here. In this case, it was about 29 seconds, making it just under an hour 17. So got really lucky. I want it to be at the 1:16 mark. There's so many things that I can improve on this run. So many things that I definitely should do this more, Leon A any percent. I definitely should take more shots at this. But I do want to run Leon B. I can't just keep running the same shit over and over and over again. So I think this is a good time for now. I think being 3rd place is a good spot to be on this leaderboard. I think not until somebody goes ahead of me, then maybe I should try. But at this point, I don't know if I can beat Carcinogen's score or time of an hour 8 minutes 55 seconds, because it's the Japanese version, so it's gonna be tough. I think it's actually impossible, like even if I played the best. But next in line is a player named Andex. Andex. It's ANDEH capital X. His time was 1 hour 11 minutes and 6 seconds. Same category. So that's actually kind of what I'm going to goal myself for now with this category. Again, the category is Leon A any percent, PS Driver 1.11, being played on the PS2. So that'll be my new goal. 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 6 seconds to go faster than that, so I could become second place in this category, which to me would be more valuable. But I'm not. But that's pretty much the end of this one. I'm not going to be commentating every single video that I do. It's only going to be mostly like milestone videos, milestone speedruns that I do these post commentaries on. Because like to me, this one was important because I made it on. I was able to make it on the leaderboard that I've been wanting to make it on for a while. And being third place is just really cool. So, and this is essentially the fastest I've ever played this game in general for Leon A. So I was just like, fuck yeah. So don't expect post commentaries and everything. Only runs that are super special to me, like that had an impact, or things I need to talk about or whatnot. But expect more in this format as opposed to live streaming. I think as far as live streaming goes, it'll be like more practice, speedrunning practice for the streams. But let's go ahead and see what my score is. So I got a ranking B, Leon A. Total time is 1 hour 16 minutes and 59 seconds, so just under 1 hour 17 minutes for the game time. So I'm really happy that I got that 16 in there. Number of saves 0, because savings for losers, and it takes up time. So in the process, we ended up getting the rocket launcher. So check your item box. Now there are some circumstances where they're going to need me to do like a live stream. I think if I'm going for like world record, I don't know. It all depends on how my comfort level, really, on the game. Cuphead, I'll do some live streams on that too, for sure. That's going to be coming out. But I unlocked Claire B. But yeah, essentially that's it. I submitted this right after, the same day. Now what they require you to do, which you're going to see me do actually right now, is once it's over, the rules, if you're running a PlayStation Driver 1.11, it tells you that if you look at the rules, it says you need to reset the PlayStation after the run is over, so that way you can show off the actual thing. Show off the actual version. And there's a very important thing I forgot. See, there it is, PlayStation Driver 1.11. Apparently, this is super rare. Here's the console, SCPH70012. Apparently, this is a really rare PlayStation driver, and I'm really lucky to have it, especially for speedrunning. And I forgot to mention this earlier. This is probably pretty important. So if you stuck around to the end here, this you can, if you go to options, you can actually set the disk speed to fast, which you'll see in a second here, which I did. And that's for PlayStation 1 discs, essentially. So, so you can see disk speed is set to fast. Texture mapping, that's nothing. That was just me personally, but that actually speeds up the loading times for playing PlayStation 1 games. So that probably contributed to a faster score. That's another reason why this is a cool category to run. And yeah, it's hard to do. But yeah, guys, that's Resident Evil 2 Leon A. Any percents for the PS Driver 1.11? I think I'm just going through here bullshitting, just trying to validate as much as possible. So I was really nervous that this wouldn't get accepted. So I was just like, all right, I need to show them that this is super fucking legit. So I hope I'm not forgetting anything that I wanted to say. But yeah, that's Resident Evil 2, guys. Leon A. Expect to see a Resident Evil demo stream if it hasn't already happened yet. Expect to see that soon. And then a marathon of Claire A, Leon B. I'll start speedrunning Leon B. But yeah, I really love speedrunning, guys. I'll be doing streams and pre-recorded videos with post commentaries on the ones that I feel worth it. But yeah, I'm just kind of showing like the loading screen. and stuff and all that. I was so nervous that this wouldn't get accepted, so I was like showing every facet of this is real and like legit. But anyways, guys, without further ado, my name is Sjotyme, and I am checking out. Farewell till next time. Also, big shout outs to Vixie for validating my speedrun. Later, guys.